It's your boy AntoDaBoss here. What's going on, everybody? And you know, I'm bringing in a commentary right here. And before we actually get into my topic, I just sort of wanted to say that this online game that I had here, it was ranked and it was pretty much no defense involved, so you guys are pretty much gonna enjoy it. So here it is. Yeah. My opponent skips the intro. I actually like the intros. I don't know why I skipped it there. So I have the Redskins here, my favorite team, and I'm playing the division rival, Philadelphia Eagles. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy the footage. Again, like I said, no defense involved. So here we go. So the topic today, you know, I did get a lot of emails, comments, you know, YouTube inbox messages, everyone asking me, you know, how do I do my commentaries? How will I get better? And how can I start up my own channel? You know, like what's the easiest way to start it? How can I start my commentary? How can I, you know, have this as a hobby? And first of all, I would like to say it's not an easy process, obviously. So before you begin commentating, before you want to start your own channel, before you want to create your own channel, you first want to, you know, sit down in your room, whatever, quiet space, and you actually want to think about it. Because commentating is sort of like a hobby, and you can't just like start it like that, you know. You could do it, but you just have to sit down and go over some steps, in my opinion. Again, this is all based on my opinion. It doesn't have to be, you know, it might not apply to everyone, but this is pretty much how I go through it. So you first want to sit down and ask yourself, am I motivated enough? Like, if there's other interests in life that you have, how did you approach that interest? For example, if you play football, how motivated were you to play football? Like, did you practice 1 or 2 weeks and then like sort of give up on it, you know? So you just have to know how your motivation is when you approach things. So you got to know how you will be motivated, if you're motivated enough to start a YouTube channel. And what I mean by motivation is, when doing commentaries, it's going to take up a lot of your time, not too much of your time. It depends on how many videos are uploading, but you pretty much, the early process of you becoming a YouTube commentator, it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of your time, and that's why it's something that you don't want to give up on later down the road. So you first want to ask yourself if you are motivated enough, because YouTube commentating is going to take a lot of your time, and it all is a test to see if you're motivated enough. Now, you can say, oh, I'm just going to do it for fun, maybe upload 1 or 2 videos a week, you know, maybe 1 video a week, and, you know, I can just go grab a Dazzle right now, or whatever, a hog, a capture card. I can do it right now and have fun with it. You know, that's totally acceptable. You could easily go buy a capture card, you know, wake up tomorrow, you know, set your alarm clock, go get a Dazzle, go get a hog, any capture card you like. You could easily do that. But, you know, when you put out videos, you're not going to get a lot of views when you just put out videos like that early on. So for those that say, I'm going to do it for fun, it's not going to be so fun when you put out a video and get 1 like or 1 comment from your parents. It's not going to be fun at all. And I'm not specifically talking about anyone right now. This is all from my experience. This is everything that I went through with YouTube. And yes, I've had videos, not on this channel, but I've had videos that have gotten 1 like and 1 dislike. And I did start it off YouTube for fun, but then later on it didn't get so fun, because I'm putting out videos like good content and I'm getting like 1 like, 1 comment, and before it was like 5 stars or whatever, I would get like 1 star. Some jerk would like give me 1 star, and that pissed me off, because I'm like, hey, I'm sitting here making good videos and this is what I'm getting. And that motivation inside me was like, okay, I'm gonna work hard. And this is like back in 08, and look where I am now. I'm not saying I'm a big YouTuber, but I did kind of improve my channel. And again, motivation and motivation. That's what you need when you want to be a YouTuber. So again, you ask yourself if you have motivation, and that's like one of the first things you have to do if you want to become a YouTube partner. Deep down inside, do you have that? And you know what, guys? A lot of people might be in it for the money, but really, you gotta do it for the fun of it, man. You gotta do it for the fun of it. If you're doing it for the money, That's wrong, you know. Me, when I started it was all about you guys. Until this day, everything that I try to put out for your own benefits, entertainment. That's why you guys come on YouTube. You guys don't come on YouTube, you know. Oh, let's just give Anto a view. You guys come to YouTube to get entertained, and that's pretty much what I put these videos out for, you know. I don't have to put out like 5 videos a week, you know. I have college and work, but me, you know, I know deep down inside you guys have always been there for me from the beginning to start. You guys have always supported me. Even if I uploaded the wackest video in the world, you guys would still give me a thumbs up, you know. And I appreciate that. I noticed that, you know. Sometimes I know when my videos are bad, and I still see good comments from you guys, and you guys don't know how much that means. And you know, you guys, I owe it to you guys, you know. Sometimes I honestly sacrifice going out, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay home, you know, put out some content. So you have to have the motivation, and you have to do it for the fun of it and for the fans, because YouTube is all about the passion, and you shouldn't really do it for the money. So now that you have all that set up, you know, now everyone's probably like, okay, you know, I'm ready. You know, I passed this test. I'm ready to become a YouTube commentator. I'm gonna pretty much, you know, talk to you guys how to start things off, you know. So first of all, I'm gonna have everything in the description box. Some of the things that you could start out with. I'm gonna have a Dazzle capture card. And for those that really can't afford it early on, or, you know, not so afford it, you might be the richest kid alive, but your parents, you know, you're like, hey, Dad, can I get a Hopog? And Hopog is like one of the best capture cards in my opinion, because that's the one I use. So if you're ready to start becoming a YouTube partner, you got to invest in, you know, capture card. If you want to start off a little slow, you could go get a Dazzle. And Dazzles are like pretty cheap, you know. You can start your channel off with that, you know, build a crowd, and then invest in the Hopog, which is $200. But like the quality you see on the screen, that's how the quality is going to be when you get a Hopog. So it's up to you. Everything will be in the description box, and you get to pick which type of capture card you want to start out with. And those 2 capture cards that are in the description are the ones that I recommend, because those are the ones that I've been through. You know, I started off my YouTube with a Dazzle, and then later on I told my dad, hey, get me this, and I promise I'm gonna, you know, keep on using it. You know, I won't just like use it for a week and then, you know, parents are always like that. You know, they think you're gonna buy something and then give up on it later on. But I still haven't gave up on my Hopog yet. So you want to first get everything together. You know, get your Hopog. Next, you gotta know what programs to use. An easy program for Macintosh people is iMovie. That's like the easiest thing to use. That's what I use half the time, unless I want to make mine look a little fancy. I just put it in Final Cut Pro and make my videos look a little fancy. But start things off, have iMovie as your video editing. Now for PC people, there's a lot of programs for PC. You just look them up. One of the easiest ones is like Pinnacle. A lot of people use the fancy, I think PC also has Final Cut. I totally forgot about, I can't think of any of the programs for PC right now. But you got my point. You have iMovie, you have Mac. It already comes with your Mac, iMovie. If you have PC, you can look up on YouTube, you know, video editing software. So make sure you really think about, you know, how you're gonna start it off, like what capture card you want to use and what video editing software. You know, sit down, make a presentation, you know, pitch it to your parents, and maybe you might get a Hopog early on, and that's like top-notch capture card for your videos, and it's HD quality like the one you see on the screen right now. So it's up to you how you want to start it, but that's the ones I used to use. I used to use this Dazzle, and now I use the Hopog. So you know, there you go. You know what programs to use. Now that we have everything out the way, a lot of people ask me, how do I make my commentaries good? And how do I, you know, how did I build a crowd? One of the first things, one of the only things that, you know, I could suggest to you is getting a game early on. And, you know, that's the only thing that makes sense right now, because that's what I had to do to grow my channel. It was NCAA 11, and I think I might have gotten it a week later. But when I got it, there wasn't a lot of Road to Glory series out. Road to Glory. And if you guys aren't familiar with it, that's the superstar mode in NCAA football. So there wasn't a lot out. And that's what I did when I got the game. So you gotta pretty much get a game either early on. You know, you might go out midnight or something like that. And one tip, Call of Duty is not gonna work out. There's too many people doing Call of Duties. And unless you have like a crazy footage, then you might get a lot of views on Call of Duty. But to start things off, if you want to get a crowd going, make sure you get a game early on. For example, WWE, it's either out or it's gonna come out soon. So you go get that game, and the same day or the next day you put out videos on it. You're gonna get the crowd. Trust me, you're gonna get views, and that's pretty much how to grow a crowd. As far as my, my experience, and in my opinion, that's the way to grow a crowd. And obviously, you can't just put out a random footage like that. You can't just go get a football game, a Madden. You can't just go get Madden early on. And even if you're the first kid that put out a video on Madden, you're still not gonna get subscribers, because people click on videos these days. They want to see good content. It's not like YouTube back in 05 or back in 06. Back in 05, back in 06, I remember when I used to watch YouTube, there was no video game content on there. It was like a couple people that used to make videos. And I'm telling you, if people actually knew about Hogs back in 05, back in 06, when you used to have the 2x2 screen on your YouTube page. You guys remember when YouTube play screen was like 2x2, right? That was the craziest days. But back in those days, man, you would put out a gameplay and you would get, if not a million views, I'm kidding, but you would get tons of views. But these days, a lot of people do what I do. A lot of people do what other commentators do. And it's a competition. So what you want to do is, you want to put out the game early on, as early as possible. Go out, camp out. I'm not telling you to go camp out. What I'm saying is, you got to make a way to get the game early. I'm not talking about before the release date. Wait for the release date. But when you go get the game, get it, like, if not the second day, the first day. And have some good content ready. You can't just put out anything. What I mean by good content is, practice your commentating. Practice it. And don't get scared. Because pretty much, you're either going to give it all you got, or there's no reason why you should get nervous. I know a lot of people that started out, from my friends, I know a lot of friends, they're like, yeah man, I'm like scared, I don't want to disappoint. I'm like, why are you gonna be scared? Just be yourself, don't get nervous. It's just you and the mic, for Christ's sake. It's you and the mic, and be yourself, because overall, at the end of the day, the YouTube subscriber is gonna subscribe to you for who you are. They don't want to see one video where you're like funny, and in the next video, the true you comes out, Don't sit down and try to act funny in one video, and then the next video you come out, you're dry, Dry as raisins. Be yourself from the start, and that's how you're going to get the subscribers. And the subscribers that are subscribed to you, they're going to expect the same you on the next video, It's like watching a TV, You're watching someone, you're watching an actor in an episode, and in the next episode, he's different. He's acting different. People aren't going to like that, Initially, your first impressions is what's gonna get a subscriber. So if someone subscribes to you, they're gonna expect you to be the same way in all your videos, So make sure when you're commentating, have all the confidence in the world, You're either gonna give it all or you're gonna suffer, So try to do your best, and there's no reason why you shouldn't. I believe everyone can do good commentaries, and you should be able to put good content, Other than you commentating, try to add a little flavor to it, Try to edit your videos, make them interesting, add a little music to it, and have a good idea to the video, Don't just put out a content, I've had this before. I remember I uploaded a Machine Sports video like a couple weeks ago, and apparently I did steal someone's idea, and it was totally unintentional, I kind of took someone's video idea. I used the Panthers and such. It was all accident. Make sure you do your research. From my, experience, make sure you do your research. Have something that no one else has. At the end of the day, if you have something that no one else has, people are going to search that thing. People are going to come across it, and when they search that thing, your name's going to pop up, so you'll be right up there, and that's how you're going to get the crowd. So yeah guys, hope everything helped out. Again, this isn't going to apply to everyone. It's just what I've been through, and hopefully it's a huge help to you guys. Make sure you check out the description, and start investing in, if you guys want to become a YouTube partners, start thinking about which way you want to go. And best of luck to everyone. I wish I could help all of you. Again, hope this video helped out. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and again, I really appreciate everyone's support throughout my whole journey on YouTube. And best of luck to everyone. Hope you also enjoyed this footage here. The crazy game. One of the craziest online matches that I've played. a high-scoring game and no defense involved at all. So hey guys, it's AntoDaBoss here, and I'm signing out.